Dave Coulier is best known as Joey Gladstone from the hit series Full House. It went off the air in 1995. But I mean, this thing remains in syndication. It's seen in over 100 countries.
Amazing. Today, you will probably hear Dave's voice more than you realize. You could also see him this weekend at the Funny Bone.
Dave Coulier. What's up, Dave?
Welcome back.
Thank you. It was a year ago that I was here.
It was.
And lots happened in a year.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
What, this summer?
Got the old ball and chain.
I saw, you know
stop
what? Well, on People, I saw them talking about your ring. It's a black, some sort of black
Tungsten carbide.
How is it to be in People for your wedding ring?
You know, it was a celebration. It was a great. My wife is from Livingston, Montana. Paradise Valley is where we got married.
Can we
There
scroll
she
down
is.
on this article? This
There's
is one
Melissa.
of the many pieces online about the wedding. But some of the old cast members,
Full
right, were
House
at the
Cameron.
wedding.
My Full House family came.
There's Mr.
and-
Stamos carrying a bench of some
yes,
sort.
and it
Did
was
you
the
put
most
him to
beautiful
work,
place.
huh? Did you put him to work there?
We did put him to work. That's Jeff Franklin, who created Full House there, the guy in the middle of
And
me
Bob
and John.
Saget, there was a lot about what he said at the wedding.
I heard
Yes.
you couldn't get the microphone away from
Well,
this guy.
he was a mic hog. That's Bob, though. And you know what? Bob was actually clean at the wedding. He was
good.
very respectful.
Well, was there a family? There were kids
was-
there?
Yeah, there's kids
Good, that's
and
good.
grandmas, and you know, we're like, oh boy, Bob's at the mic, because Bob is my filthy Jewish sister. I love him dearly, but he can be Bob.
Why did you say I do after 9 years of
I
dating?
couldn't hold my gas in any longer. You know, I just, I was married a long time ago, and swore, you know what, I don't need to do that again. You know, it didn't work for me that first time, and then I just thought, I'll never meet somebody who's, you know, gonna turn me the opposite direction and want to do this again. But you know, my wife's my best friend. People, it sounds so cliche, right? Oh, I married my best friend, but I really did. She's my biggest supporter, my best friend, and you know, she gets along with everybody in my life, and she puts up with all my stupidity, and you know, lets me go and play golf, and you know, she loves playing golf, and she'll sit around with the guys and have a beer and listen to everybody lie
And
to
that
each
even
other.
happened, I read before the wedding. You said, should I be seeing you now? And she said, yeah, it's fine. You want to have a beer?
Yeah, let's have a beer.
So this
Even
really
before the
isn't
ceremony.
it's not a real marriage then. That doesn't sound like my marriage.
Stop it.
Well, you know, she's just a really cool girl, I guess is the best
Yeah,
way I could
that's awesome.
explain it, you know. And
That's
I just,
great to hear.
after a while, you know, I totally surprised her, because I told her when we met, I said, look, you're probably with the wrong guy, because I'm not going to get married again. You know, I'd done that already and blah, blah, blah. So it was, we were getting packed up and ready to go to Detroit for the Winter Classic hockey game with the Detroit Red Wings and Toronto Maple Leafs. They played the game at the Big House in Ann Arbor, and then they played the game at Comerica Park. So we were going back for that to see my family. And so I said, hey, you know, maybe pack this for the trip, you know. And she's, oh. And then it kind of started to sink in, and then she hyperventilated so much. She was crying and laughing, and then I couldn't stop laughing. And she's like, what does this mean? I'm so confused. So I said, it can mean whatever you want. Well, what does that mean? You know, so we laughed about it.
That's great. Well, congratulations.
That's a great story.
We were talking about one of our Facebook topic, the social media topic is reunions. Which show or series? Could you envision a Full House reunion, getting everybody back together or not?
We could envision it, but we've talked about it, and right now it's up to Bob Boyette, who is our executive producer, and Warner Brothers, and they have to kind of come to a meeting of the minds and put a deal together that makes sense for everybody.
Interested in? I mean, have you heard
There's
chatter?
a ton of interest. There's a ton of interest, mostly by fans. I think people would love to see us all back together again. Because me and John Stamos and Bob Saget, we did a Dan and Super Bowl commercial.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went and we did Jimmy Fallon in New York. We did The View. Rihanna photobombed us. Jimmy Fallon's a Full House fan. Go figure. We did Good Morning America. And, you know, we did all these shows, and it created this real frenzy. And so we thought, wow, we had no idea that there was this much of whatever it is in the Kool-Aid. Yeah. But people love drinking it. So we've talked about how we don't want to botch it up. Because it's become this really nice family show, and you know, people now tell me my 5-year-old's just discovering Full House right now, and so we don't want to ruin this nice little legacy that we have with kids and families and a couple generations of fans now, and it'd be really easy to botch up, because how do you bring back bad wardrobe and mullets? You can't, right?
Yeah, you can't.
So you know, we've talked about like, well, it would have to be the right update of where we all are now, and what
Yeah.
are we still living together? I don't think so, but you know, you have to be able to bring it together in a creative way that doesn't alienate your existing fan base.
You did so many wonderful impersonations.
I don't
on
know
the
what
show.
you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
That's good.
What, funny like a clown or something? What? Unbelievable over here. Unbelievable.
Are they part of
good.
your stand-up show for our viewers who haven't seen
I
you
do.
on stage?
I do a lot of voices in,
Yeah.
in the show, in my stand-up shows, and this hour that people are going to be seeing this weekend. And by the way, Sunday is a 13 and up show.
Great.
So teenagers, you know, parents, you can bring your teenagers out, and they're not going to hear any, you know, 4-letter F-bombs or anything. This show that I've put together is really for the Full House fans, and I'm going to be doing an hour special called Glorified Birthday Clown. And so this is really an hour stand-up for them. It's really kind of all the stuff you would expect me to be doing.
How do you get those voices down? Because Pesh, I mean, that sounds spot on. How do you start?
Right.
And then how do you get it to the point where you feel like you can display it?
Well, I've become a professional copycat, and I talk about this in my show. You know, I for years, you know, people have been hearing my voice, but probably didn't know it was me. I'm the voice of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. You probably seen that and didn't know it was
Yeah.
me. I just did 62 Geico commercials. You know, people probably don't know that's me. I've done over 800 half hours of cartoons. So when I'm putting a voice together, some click instantly. I've been a professional copycat. I copycatted, I mean, Robin Williams, my hat's off to him because he was a real sweetheart, and we've lost a true gem. But I copycatted his voice for the Mork and Mindy cartoon. He was off doing a movie called Popeye, and they said, can you come in? We want to animate to your voice.
Can you be Robin?
Oh, yes, and they paid me a lot less money. Whoa. That's how you do a Robin Williams impression. You just go, whoa.
Unfortunately, they're not.
don't
There's
see
no
your
camera
face.
on you. Where's the camera?
No,
That's great.
that's important information too.
Whoa, there it is.
5 shows. 5 shows
talk about that.
at the Funny Bone between tonight and Sunday. Get your tickets online or call. Thank you,
Dave, great to
Dave.
see
Thanks
you
for
again.
having me. Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Really
We'll see you
great to
again
have you
soon.
back.